Hello and welcome to another Gravity Assist devlog. So in this video, I show you my progress on my indie game Unity project Gravity Assist. This week, I managed to make the second prototype of my game somewhat playable, added a lot of aesthetics and basic utility features for a game, and much more. So let's get right into it. So I first started out by working on planet gravity. So I do some like minor tweaks to my prefabs, and then I boot up Visual Studio to start scripting. And this is a basic planet gravity or general gravity sort of formula. I got this from a Brackeys tutorial. I have a link in my very first devlog to that tutorial. Super useful. It really helps with my gravity in my game. And there you go. Now we have planet gravity and planet collisions. So there's one big problem with all of this is the planet spawning is absolutely atrocious. I need to make it so bigger planets have a smaller chance of spawning than small planets. Because stuff like this happens where they're like merging each other. And the overall system is just pretty bad because right now I'm bumping into everything. I can't get into any stable orbits because everything's always like bumping into each other. The gravity is just super messed up. But it works. It's there. Collisions are also there. And yeah. Okay, so I did some more work off camera, and now the planets spawn more frequently. Like the smaller planets spawn a lot more frequently than the larger ones, and this is called weighted randomness. It's super cool. It works nice. So like all the planets don't really overlap as often. And I also added, let me see if I can show you. If you go more than 50 studs, 50 units, I should say, away from any planets, they all disappear. And this is a super easy system. I'll show you my code right now. I basically check if the distance between them, if you want to get a distance between two vectors, you just subtract them. If the magnitude is greater than 50, I destroy the planet that this is parented to. And if you want to see my code for the weighted randomness, it's kind of weird. I picked this up off of a forum post on Google, but it sort of makes sense. Here's my code. I'm not going to explain it because it's kind of complex. At least to me it is. But it works great, and I just encapsulated it in a class, and I can use that class wherever. So yeah. Okay, so now that the basic sort of idea of the game is completed, I want to start working on the fuel system. And this system is basically going to be how you keep score and how you can like fly around. So right now when I can click infinitely and go wherever. But with this fuel system, I'll be able to like die when I run out of fuel, and each fuel like canister or whatever, I haven't really thought through it yet, you pick up will lead to more score, and your high score will be based off of that. So let's get right into it. Okay, so after a painful few hours, the fuel GUI and the numbers actually work. So depending on how close my mouse is to the rocket, the farther away the more fuel gets depleted, and the fuel is represented by this bar up here. And it works nicely, except you don't really die when your fuel runs out. Nothing really happens, and you can't get any more fuel ever. But it works. And for some reason, when I was scripting this, it kind of messed up. Like it crashed my Unity, which really sucked because I was trying to like increase, or I was like causing like a stack overflow because I was trying to like change a value and like do too much logic at once. But I went to the forums and I found a good system where, first of all, I send an event whenever I change my fuel so that my GUI can update independently. And I set the fuel according to time.delta time in this little fuel decrease multiplier and this force magnitude, which basically says farther away you click, the more fuel gets depleted, and it works pretty well. And then I just have my default game events singleton over here, looking nice, and my fuel controller GUI. I based this off of a Brackeys tutorial, of course, where he made a health bar. So if I remember, I'll link that in the description. And I basically just turned my GUI, or my UI little bar, into a slider where all I have to do is change the slider.value to the percent, which is my fuel over my max fuel. And it works really well. And this is also sent through the event, so it just always has to update when the event changes. So that works really nicely. And then I started working on a pause menu, just some nice UI that I can use. And then I got some buttons set up that worked pretty well. Nothing too crazy, just a basic pause menu with a few buttons that I will implement. I had a lot of fun playing around with all the settings with the TextMex Pro text, which is a pretty cool package. You guys should import it if you don't have it already. But after a little bit of tweaking, I had my finished menu, and all I needed to do was set it up. And it was pretty simple. I had to make a toggle pause function, and then when it was paused, I would pause the game by setting the time.timescale to 0, and I resume it by setting the timescale to 1. And that just basically changes simulation speed. And after that, I was done. So I did a lot, and I mean a lot of work off camera. So now if I press play, you can see we have a nice start menu, and when I press play, my rocket spawns in, pause menu works fine, and I can fly around, and you'll notice planets are a little bit sparse now. We're gonna have to fly. Oh, here we go, we have a few. If I keep on flying around, you'll see, you just saw it right there, you now have a fuel orb. So if I navigate over there, if I touch this little orb, my fuel gets recharged. And also, if I die, I reset the game. So let's just deplete all my fuel real quick. It depletes pretty slowly. Let's just keep on going, start burning through all my fuel. And then there you go, it restarts. So right now there's no way to track your score, how many orbs you pick up, or how many like things you hit or whatever. But this is a good start. And the way I did this was with a few scriptable objects and some weights, where I spawn a fuel orb. A fuel orb has a 20.25 weight, whereas a normal planet just has a weight of 1, and this just makes the fuel orb spawn a little bit less frequently. I'm not sure if the system is good. Make sure to comment your suggestions down below, because the game itself now, if I play it, it's not very fun. It works. It's a lot easier than the last iteration of this game, but it's not fun. I don't like the gravity does not play a role in the game at all. And because the planets just spawn too randomly and the fuel orbs spawn too randomly, and it's just kind of a mess. So I'm not really sure what to do, if I should keep on this path or if I should go back to the old prototype. Make sure to comment any suggestions you have below. But that's about it for this devlog. I hope you guys enjoyed my progress. I think in the next few weeks I might be taking a little bit of a break because I'm kind of discouraged right now with Unity, and I kind of want to start developing a new Roblox game, so I might do that. But in the meantime, stay tuned for another devlog. When it will come, who knows when it will come, but I will try to do this. I enjoy making these games. I just really don't know where to go right now. Like, this game is not fun. I either need to make another prototype or fix this prototype or go to the last prototype. But make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please comment suggestions down below. They'll be really helpful because being a solo dev, it's kind of hard to make new ideas, fresh ideas. So I'd be glad if you guys would just give me some ideas. But I hope you guys have a nice day, and goodbye.